Yo guys, it's Ninjax360 here, and today we are here on Fortnite Battle Royale. Now, what we're doing today is we're doing a challenge basically. And basically, the challenge is we're using esdf controls. And we're playing 100 games with said esdf controls. And if you're like, Jax, what the crap's esdf controls? Well, here's what esdf controls are. So basically, what normally you have your hand like right here on W, A, S, and D, but what ESDF is instead of it's here, it's here. I know it's very revolutionary, honestly. I understand. I was amazed myself, but basically, like that, like completely changes like the control scheme. I will have like all the controls down in the description if you want to like do the challenge for yourself. But basically, I did the controls, and I am now playing 100, and I'm gonna end this video. I have 100 games that I played, and this is like my progression with some voiceovers over everything. So yeah, enjoy the video, like, subscribe, share, and if there's any more challenges you would like me to do, comment down below. So let's get into the first game. Wow! Alright, so in game 1, I drop into Salty. I go to the middle house and find attack, but I struggle to pick it up. And then I get shot from the front door. I'm about to peek snipe him, but then the building explodes. And I'm like, okay, so I drop down to try to shoot him with attack, but I miss every single shot. And then I die. Good job, Jax. Now, for the sake of time, I'm obviously not going to show every single game. I literally had 9 hours of footage. But, so basically, I get lucky off the start, and I get a gold suppressed, and I get my first kill of this, using that. But then, I go ahead and start shooting at a plane. I switched out the suppressor, which was a bad idea, when I start shooting at a plane. So then the plane turns around, and I'm sitting here like, well, crap. And then, yeah, then the plane comes down, he crashes into the crate, and then he kills me. I got killed by 2 people. Good job. This is karma. Huzzah! Now, 2 games dying off the start later, I go back to landing in Salty Springs. So I come back to this middle house, and I notice that someone has broken into the house again. So I break through the top to grab this chest, and I get a heavy pump. That's not a pump. And some TNT. I blow up the house with said TNT because I know someone's in here, and I hit them for some nice damage right there with that headshot damage. So I go chasing after them. I'm like, alright, oi, can't let you escape. I want to kill. I'm kill hungry. And then Shaboy murks him, but not without taking some damage. So I take his minis, and I go and box myself in. As soon as I start, a guy comes down here. I'm like, hey, what are you doing here? And he breaks the wall behind me, and I shoot him. Because you can't just assault me like that. That's just kind of rude, alright, dude? You can't do that. So I go ahead and drink up my minis. Now, while I'm drinking up my minis, I'm like, alright, how have I just killed 2 people? That person should have killed me. So I start reloading. This guy comes out of nowhere. I'm like, whoa! And then I hit him for 107, but sadly, I couldn't finish the kill. Alright, in game 11, I'm in the top 25. I have 1 kill, and I take this launch pad into this build fight. One of the guys gets killed, and I know this guy must probably be on low health. So I let him med up. I think he met it up. I'm not sure. But then I threw my TNT out, and I'm like, alright, let's blow him up. So I blow him up, but he doesn't blow up himself. So then I go after chasing him, shoot my shotgun into one of his walls, shoot my shotgun into his wall, twice. Then I build a ramp, and then I clap the fool. Like, just 180 clap. You can't beat the pump to the face. So after medding up from that battle, I get shot from the side. I'm like, okay, let's edit out of here. And then once again, I don't build at all. This guy can't hit a shot, I can't hit a shot, but eventually he does in fact kill me. Alright, so in game 14, the problem I've noticed, this game really shows it, but the problem is my building already sucked before this. So I was already relying completely on the fact that my aim's decent. Like, this entire match realistically shows you why this is. Because this battle I have right here, like, I just pulled out the shotgun and he was already doing that. And I'm like, alright, I'm dead. But he couldn't aim. And I mildly could. So somehow I killed him. we're not going to talk about how I took 9 shots. That guy was dead. Alright then. Alright, so we're now up here on the roof. We're on the roof, don't worry how we got here. There's this guy right here. Okay, hey, how's it going? So he just stands there, so I'm like, alright, let's come over here and just shoot him in the feet. Blop, and then he doesn't move. Blop, and then he moves closer to me, and I'm like, alright, we're not going to talk about that. Just don't worry about it, it didn't happen. Now, in this battle right here, I see these people firing. I'm like, alright, let's take a sniper shot. This plane's like, alright, let's go deal with this other plane. So I start shooting at this plane, and I'm like, alright, ratata, get demolished. And I'm like, alright, let's get in the plane, and let's go drive down and clap the fool. But then I messed up doing that, and now I'm in this situation, and then so then I jump out of the plane, and I'm like, alright, I'm kind of screwed. I feel like this guy's decent. And you know what he is. Like what the crap was that? He's doing better than I do home and go, oh god. So he builds on top of me, and I'm like, alright, well, this is the end of this. But then he freezes, so I can just kill. I don't know what happened. We're not going to talk about it. But it happened. Now, in this clip, I'm like, alright, these people are fighting. Let's just shoot at this guy. And he walked into my bullet. Thank you, my dude. Really appreciate it. Now, that second guy, I really, really wanted him to peek me right here because I would have clapped him. But if he did that, I wouldn't have done what I'm about to do in 3 seconds. Because I have to walk out to the zone. So I go to the zone. But then my dude peeks me. And I'm like, rapa! Clapped. I don't know, I can't see how many meters that was, but it clapped. So now I'm feeling like, alright, I'm a god right now. I just did that. I'm on hyped. Like, I'm really hyped. So I'm running into zone. I'm going to go collect his materials. And now I'm running into zone. And I see this guy. Boom! I miss. Okay. You know what? We're not going to do that again. Because for some reason he's standing still. I couldn't miss. I missed again. Alright. I'm now in the zone. Jax, don't screw this up. Why did you shoot that? Alright, just kill him. Please, for the love of God, kill him. Oh my god, he killed you, you idiot. Moving on from that catastrophe of a thing, I now present you that. Do I feel bad about this in a top 5 situation? No. But don't worry, karma does get to me. Because then this guy starts placing traps inside the building from outside. And I'm like, alright, what's happening here? And he places them everywhere, and I'm now stuck in the zone. I'm like, oh crap, we should probably fix this. I try to place a launch pad down, but it can't place right there, and then I die, and I'm like, well, that was sucked. So on to game 23. I grapple her up on this wall, and I do this thing. Like, it's not the most amazing build in the world, but, like, I did it. Like, before you saw the games, I didn't build whatsoever, but then I did that, and I'm like, whoa, it worked. Like, I was like, alright. Like, even right here, you'll see that I just build. Like, I don't ever do that, but I did it that time, for some reason. Like, I was like, this time is the time I'm gonna build. So I built. I was in a build battle, so I'm gonna build in the build battle. You know, fam? Why am I talking like this? Commentating is weird. Ha-ha! Haha, dead space, yep. So then this rocket comes out of nowhere. I'm like, alright, let's build. But then it blows up and there's this guy. And I'm like, okay, let's kill him. So I killed him, as you saw. But then the rocket comes twice, and I'm now in the bottom level. So I'm like, alright, let's back out of here real quick. Let's back out. And I'm like, let's launch myself up here. Took some shots, and I missed this guy, sadly. But then I get blocked. So then I'm like, alright, let's just back out. And I do back out entirely. But eventually I do die to this guy. By a trap, don't worry about it, didn't happen. So right after the last game, my friend Bree actually joins me for a few matches. We jump into our first game, and we, in fact, die. Yeah, that worked. Second game, I go down, and I'm like, she's got it. No, she doesn't have it, and she dies. Third game, she's gone down. I'm like, I got this. I don't got this, because I died. Fourth game, I'm shooting at a plane, she's down, and I die again. And then Bree's like, wow, Jax, you really suck. I'm gonna leave you, because you suck. So we're now at game 40. The reason I had to skip 18 games was because I was just crying so much, because Bree left me, and I'm like, dang it. But we're not gonna worry about that, we're gonna focus on that sick kill. So I did, in fact, go see a guy. outside the store, and I start running outside the door. I'm like, all right, let's go kill the guy. But then I don't kill the guy. But then he comes at me, and I'm like, oh, how there? So I kill him. 180, get clapped, pumped to the face. And then there's this guy, whoa! But I kill him as well. It's not that big of a deal. So I'm like, all right, we should probably met up right now. Like, this seems like it would be a pretty decent idea to do. But then there's this guy. So I edit out, and I start shooting at him. Bang. But then I see he's coming on top of me. I'm like, well, that's not good. So then I edit out of here. Bang. Easy claps. Then I jump up here. Miss. Then he jumps down here. Bop. Bop in the face. Get popped. Now we're on the roof, and I see a guy down there. He's in a cocoon. I'm like, why are you in a cocoon? So I edit out, and I break the cocoon. So then he bops this down. Rude. And then I show him my beautiful blue pump.
That's what she said.
Alright, so I grabbed a plane, and I see this guy on top of a mountain after flying around for just a couple minutes after, stuff. And, yeah, basically I start shooting at him and kill him. Yeah, get clapped. But sadly, the plane was my downfall, because then this guy jumped on said plane and killed me, and I was like, well, screw you, sir. Alright, so in Game 50, I actually jump into a game with Chaboy Caden in it. Now, we're not talking about tactics or anything. No, we're talking about how there should be a fart air freshener. And I'm like, yeah, there is. And he's like, how do you know this? And I'm like, I don't know. But thinking about it now, it's probably the reason Bree left me earlier. Yeah, that was probably the reason. But basically, later on in the game, I leave him out in the zone. He gets KO'd by the zone, and I'm like, ha! Screw you, I'm gonna miss every shot on the guy who killed you, and not actually kill him. He was like, Jax, go in the zone and kill him! And I'm like, no, I'm gonna stand out here and die, because he kicked me. Alright, so a few games later in Game 60, I'm actually the receiving end of getting left behind, because a John Wick actually ziplines down, breaks the wall. But then I'm like, oh, well, I'm screwed. But then I kill him. I'm like, ha, get wrecked, John Wick. You ain't got nothing on these balls. Why did I say that? But then I get clapped from behind, and I'm like, Caden, come save me. And he's like, no. I'm like, save me. And he's like, no. I'm like, save me. And he's like, no. And then I died. I'm like, screw you. Alright, so now we're onto this game, and you're probably thinking, Jax, why are you showing us this game? Well, the reason is because it's Game 69. Yep, that's the only reason. It's Game 69, and that's the only reason. I land at Dusty. Yeah, I land at Dusty, I break some trees. I look for people. I don't find the people, but I look for them. And then I take a zip line up on top of this mountain. I'm like, let's get up here. And then I sit on the mountain for 10 minutes. I literally sat on the mountain for 10 minutes. But then I zip line down the mountain. And I see this build fight. I'm like, alright, so then I sit here and watch the build fight from a distance. I take a few shots, I think. Now I'm running towards the build fight. Now I attempted to join the build fight, but I stopped. I failed to do that. But then I attempted to do it again. But then in the middle of me building up here, I ran out of mats and I went, well, dang it. Oh, this is awkward. So now I'm just trying to scale down the massive build, and I'm like, let's not die. But obviously, I'm going to die. I mean, it's inevitable at this point. So I kind of break this, I fall down here, and then I sit in the corner, and he kills me. That was Game 69 for you. Alright, so on to Game 78. This time I'm playing again with Chaboy Caden, and we're dropping in over at the block, which is kind of an area where people build stuff in creative mode, and then Fortnite Epic is like, hey, we like this, and like shove it in there. I think that's what it is, at least. But basically, we land at the block, and we get into this fight with two people that also landed at the block. I come up and try to attack this first person. I miss and hit his wall ramp, but Caden thankfully lasers him for me, and we get the kill. So Caden goes over to finish that kill. Now I am running over to the second guy, because I saw that he was over here, and I build up, but then I run out of mats, and I'm like, well, dang it. Caden gets lasered, and I'm now here like, well, crap, I should probably kill this guy. And thankfully I do. Get clapped, my dude. So I run over and res Caden. But then Caden all of a sudden's like, Jax, I need to go to the restroom. And I'm like, why are you going to the restroom in the middle of the game, Caden? We don't have time for this. Thankfully, he sat on the quad crasher, and I kind of just sat in a garage for a little bit while he was pooping, because I was hoping that he would come back. But eventually I come over to this supply drop. Literally, he was gone for like 10 minutes. He just didn't return. I don't know what he was doing in there, but you know, he was gone. So I open up the supply drop. I don't really get anything that incredibly useful out of it, sadly. But the most amazing thing is like 5 seconds after I open said supply drop, Caden appears out of nowhere, like right, papa. See, like what? Well, what were you doing so long in there, Caden? And now he's back, and I'm like, well, hello. So I'm like, let's jump in the crowd crasher and let's go get a dub. Ow, that hurt my hand. I just punched my hand into my hand, and that hurt. That's staying in the video. Haha. So basically, I'm just like handling him some stuff because he needs to hand some stuff. I don't know why this is in, but it's in. Then I get stuck on a wall, and I have to have him break the wall. You know, this is quality content right here, honestly. So then I come over here, and then we're in this battle. So I have Caden, he's driving in, and because we see these two people, and I shoot the people, I shoot down a tree, and now there's two people here. So I let Caden go in, he gets a knock, fam. So I start shooting at them from long distance while Caden goes in. Caden actually ends up getting knocked out pretty soon. And yeah, right there, he gets knocked out, and I have to run in to kill him. Thankfully, they didn't end him, which was nice. So I'm now in the situation where I'm like, well, crap, I kind of big. He's down there, but then I get hit with a rocket launcher, and I'm sitting here like, well, dang it, this is bad, this is bad. He lands right here, I miss a shot, but then I get the 180 pump to the face, and I'm like, let's go. So I run over here, and I res up Caden, and then I give him the med kit, and I drink the chug jug. So we found a guy. He was behind this tree. I start shooting at the tree. We think we saw someone behind us. We didn't actually see anyone. But we're seeing this tree. This guy behind the tree. We're like, alright, let's kill this guy. Caden's like, I'm going to launch pad in. So we launch pad in. I get the 84 snipe on the guy. I get kind of stuck in the storm for 75. Caden comes in and claps the guy to finish off the kill. Good job, Caden. You did it good. So now I've sat up here. I've taken high ground. And I'm sitting up here in the storm. Now, at this time, I'm just trying to get some snipes. Caden is flanking around, as you can see over there. He's flanking around, and I'm just trying to get some easy snipes. But then he gets lasered from two teams, and this is very bad, because he's all the way over there. I'm thinking there's no way I can res him, but thankfully they didn't finish him, which was huge. So, I'm trying to find where I'm being shot from. Kind of know it's from my right side, but not really. At this point, I'm like, alright, Caden, I'm just going to come res you, because, I mean, they're not killing him. They're not really attacking me. They're focused on getting in zone. So I go down, drop down, and I go to res Caden. So I build a box. I mean, like, yeah, I build this box. Look, like, that was a nice box. But then they shoot down the wall right about here. And I'm like, alright, dang it, Caden, you're screwed. You're going to die. And this isn't good. I mean, he's gonna die. It's not good to die. I mean, I think death is not a good thing to occur. I then struggle with my edits right here. I'm like freaking out at this point, because I kind of realize, like, if there's a game we win, it's going to be this one. Caden's like, res me, and I just barely get to him. He's literally on 2 health at this point. I'm like, oh my god. And this is like the point. I'm like freaking out, because the zone's right there. Caden's on 30 health, and I'm like, alright, let's go. So I start running up here to try to get to the high ground, because I want to take the high ground up. But then Caden gets hit from behind. I missed that snipe, but I am able to finish off this guy's kill. And I have to leave Caden in the storm, which isn't good. Now, I'm sitting here like, oh my god, let's go. Let's get in the storm. Let's win this game. But I lose track of where I am, and I keep getting caught in the storm over and over again. And then I die to the storm. And you're probably thinking, well, Jax, why did you do that? The reason is because I'm an idiot. I died to the storm. You don't understand what occurred. Like, literally, normally it's like the person who is dead already is the one complaining. No, I was literally screaming at the top of my lungs. Like, it was unnecessarily loud. And you're probably being like, oh, we're going to see it. No, you're not. because of reasons. There were things that were said that should not be on the internet. Haha. So, yeah, that was sad. I thought we were gonna win, but we didn't win, sadly. So this is game 87. This is actually the last game I did in fact play. Now, I know it's not game 100. I didn't make it to game 100 because I need to edit the video. I need to get the video edited because I knew it was going to take me a while. And honestly, when you die the way I die in this, it's not very fun. So I'm just going to go show you this and then take you to the outro. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't very fun. So anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. I know it wasn't on like the esdf controls as much as I would have liked it. That's another reason why I stopped the video short, because like it genuinely, like y'all saw after game 23, it genuinely didn't even become a problem. It was just like playing normal Fortnite at that point. So I just that's one of the reasons I also stopped early. So yeah, this is also the last video I'm uploading of 2018. The next video will be out 2019, like January 1st, 2019. So yeah, if you like the video, like, subscribe, share. If you haven't already subscribed, you can click right here. And if you want to watch another video, you can click right here. And also comment down below some other Fortnite challenges I can do, because I really want to do some more. So yeah, do all that and bye.